Howdy. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh, did I wake up at 5 a.m. on my off day? Yes, I did. Was I still sound asleep at 6:15 yesterday morning when the alarm clock went off because I had to go to the office? Yes, I was sneezing. I was snoozing and sleeping, sneezing. Yeah, I was sneezing hard. And I was dreaming the weirdest dream of my life, but I don't want to talk about it because it's too much to unpack with that dream. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, first of all, Lisa went on vacation, my coworker and friend, and every time she goes on vacation, she brings me something. So yesterday she brought me this. I don't know why people buy me stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't ask for it, but I sure do appreciate it. She brought me this. What else did she bring me? She brought me something else. There were two things. But I was so excited over this. Good night. What was the other thing? I hope it's in my purse. Okay, well, I'll figure it out. I don't know. Anyway, she went to Florida. So, oh, my blink alarm's going off. That must mean a package is being delivered. Or somebody's at my door. Okay, so yesterday, I don't know if I told y'all this, my outdoor lights stopped working. Like, one had blown a while ago, but the other one was still working, and why waste the energy of getting on a ladder to get up there and change the light bulb when you still have one working? Am I right? Okay. On Sunday, I turned on the light, and there was no light. God did not say, "Let there be light." There was no light. So I said, okay, I got to go get some light bulbs. But did I? No, I did not. No. And then Monday morning, I get up, turn on the light. Guess what? There's still no light because you didn't change the light bulbs. And I said right then, I need to go get some light bulbs today. Did I? No, I didn't, because my brain function doesn't last that long unless I write it down. I very well remember everything that happens to me in my life up until a certain time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I can't remember the thought I had this morning of I need to go get light bulbs because that's gone. It's just gone. So I have to write it down. And of course, then I think, oh, I don't need to write it down, and I don't get light bulbs, okay? So then Monday night, I go to turn on the light, and guess what? It still is not working because you're a big dummy and you still haven't gone to get them light bulbs. So I jumped on Amazon right then. Thank God for the Amazon. And I put in outdoor light bulbs, and they came up, and there were those motion lights. And I was like, oh, I'll get the motion lights. Well, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Now I'm going to keep them, but I made a video this morning. She likes to go out there and just sit and stare, and the light keeps going out because it's not picking up on her being out there. I don't know where it is picking up on movement, but I walked all over the place last night trying to get it to come back on, and it wasn't seeing me. However, at some point during the night, I woke up. I woke up and looked out the window in my bedroom, and the light was on. So I was like, okay, something's out there, probably the black cat, that made the light come on. But whatever, anyway. Yeah, it goes off too quick. Is there a way to fix that? I don't know. Anyway, the lights are installed now, you know, the light bulbs. It took me and 42 other people because I held on to it and they turned me. I'm just kidding. That was part of a joke I saw a long time ago. But anyway, God said, let there be light, and there is light. It just don't stay on for very long and it goes dark again. I'll insert that video I took of Penny this morning and her sitting and staring.
It's 5:30 in the morning and my Penelope's just sitting there staring. And I changed out the light bulbs outside yesterday, and what is that? Oh, it's a reflection, I guess. What in the world? Anyway, focus, Tracy. I changed them out to where they are, oh, what do you call it? You know, motion detection. Yeah, that's it. See, but the problem is she's standing out there too long and it's not picking up her little body sitting right there. So I keep standing here. So when the light goes out, I can flip it off and flip it back on. Are you coming in? Come on. Oh, here we go again. She's like, I don't know why the light keeps going out and coming back on.
Moving on. Some people did not know about my roofer story. So if you're a longtime follower and you've heard this before and you don't want to hear it again, carry on, my wayward soul. There'll be peace when you are done. I don't know, I don't think I got those words right, but it don't matter. Carry on, my wayward son. Son? There'll be peace when... Yeah, sun rhymes with done. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Anyway, so a few years ago, I had some roof damage. And I knew I had roof damage because I walked outside and there was a roof shingle laying on my driveway. I said, well, that's not good. So I called my insurance company because I've never had to file a claim before. I said, what do? And he said, well, have you had a roofer come out there yet? And I said, no. And he said, well, if I may, we can recommend one that we use a lot, but just be careful using the ones that just show up at your house. I said, okay. Well, he sent this guy over who turned out to be the nicest man. His mom actually worked for the sheriff's office where I worked, but she left before I got there. But I had heard about his mom from other people that had been there longer, right? So we had that connection. And he was funny and he was nice and he's a Christian and all this stuff. And he was telling me, he said a lot of roofers that travel house to house, they'll actually get on your roof and cause damage and take a picture and show you so that you can file it with your insurance and get a new roof. He said, now, I stay busy enough that I don't have to cause damage. And I can see by looking at it that you're going to need a new roof. But I'm going to get up there, and you can watch me walk around. All I'm going to do is take pictures. And he said, I won't cause any damage to your roof that will require you to get work done. I will be honest with you. And I said, I appreciate that. So anyway, he does his thing, and I called the insurance and said, okay, what do now? And they said, well, you got to pay whatever my deductible was, and you get a free roof, and you get a free roof, and you get a free roof. And I said, cool. So the roofers showed up that morning when it was scheduled. I mean, I woke up to them walking around on top of the house. They did a spectacular job. And by that evening, I mean, it was close to evening. I don't know what time does evening officially start, but, you know, it was still daylight. They were done. And they took a blower and they blew in the backyard and cleaned up all the mess. And they swept and they ran the magnet to pick up the nails. And, I mean, they just did a spectacular job, okay? So they leave. The dogs, I still had Charlie at the time. The dogs had been locked in the house with me all day, and I was over it. So I wanted to open the door and let them run free, okay, in my fenced-in backyard. I was so excited to let them out, and they wanted to run outside and bark and look around and see that nobody was out there. But, you know, it made them feel good, so cool. As soon as I opened the door, they both take off running out there. They're charging in different directions and barking, except my little girl Penny over here. She immediately runs to the right, and then she started rolling around. And I thought, well, that's odd, because Charlie was the roller. Charlie always loved rolling in grass, but he wouldn't have done it then because he was out trying to see who had been in his backyard. But Penny's out there rolling in something, and that's when I noticed all the yard had been blown with the blower, and all the leaves were pushed into my little burn pile. Now, down here in Redneckville, we have little burn piles in our backyard. So I got a little burn pile back there, and he had blown all those leaves and stuff into that little thing, except there was one little spot of leaves where Penny was rolling, and I thought, well, that's very odd. I walked over there to kind of check things out, and that's when I noticed that my dog was rolling in feces. So my first thought was not human, okay? My first thought was, what kind of animal got into my yard, right? I mean, because, back then I just had a chain link fence, so it was easier. So did a fox come over the fence? Was it a raccoon? What kind of scat are we talking about here? No, that's when I noticed, okay, that was a human, because they actually put a little pile of leaves on top of it, because that made it okay, right? And it was about, I don't know, 2 feet from my bedroom window. Well, I came in the house, and I got some gloves, some like them long kitchen gloves, and I hope y'all are laughing at this. Don't y'all feel sorry for me, because this is funny. I went out there and chased that dog all over that yard trying to catch her, smeared in human feces, and I finally caught her, and I wrapped a towel around her, one of my old ones, and I brought her in the house and put her in the tub, and I gagged the whole time I was trying to bathe her because the smell was horrendous. I get her out of the tub, I dry her off a little bit, I throw everything away. I went back out there with a plastic bag, and I put it on the ground. And this is where you're going to say, why didn't you make them come back? Hold on. Don't comment yet. I thought, you know what? I can't let my dogs back out until this is cleaned up. Okay? So it would affect me as much as it would affect anybody else. But I did call the owner, who I had made friends with. I said, I just want to let you know that one of your workers took a dump in my backyard. And he said, what? I said, yes. I said, I have cleaned it up. He was like, no, let me clean it up. He said, I'm in Carrollton, which is a good hour plus away from me. He said, but I'll come up. I said, no, I've already cleaned it up, because I can't let my animals back out. So I just laid a plastic bag on the ground. I took a shovel, and I shoveled all the way around, and I scubbled. What the heck is a scubble? I shoveled that whole little area into that bag, and then I threw it away so that I could let my dogs back outside. True story. Every drop of that, except the scubble, because I don't know what that is a true story. When the roofer pooped in my yard. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. Hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. I'll talk to you on the next one. Toodles.